you're gonna be fucked up, bucko.
God damn.
What?
Ugh.
What you doing?
It's a big hit. It was a big hit.
Oh, you fucked up, dude.
Oh boy. Let's go.
Are you gonna be high?
God damn it. Oh fuck, I'm recording. Alright, shh, quiet. We're good. We're good. We're good.
You gotta send that to the guys.
God damn. Keep breathing.
Shut the fuck up.
Let me tell you something, guys. Fishing magician, man. Fishing magician, man. I'm a fishing magician, man. Fishing magician, man. I'm a
Alright, so my bad. Alright, we're good to go. I don't think we were recording that because all the fucking knobs were down. But Samuel right now is currently spying on us through the cameras, and he's a little upset that he can't get a good view.
He's getting that live and direct. So we're good? We're live?
Yeah, we're good. We're live. Shit, man. So we started doing this episode, just life update. We haven't done one in a while where it's just us.
I'm going to update on the pod, guys. So obviously, what's up, man? It's Unpacking Yakking. Guy behind the camera, obviously, most of the time off of camera. Mr. Rolando. We want to do a life update. We want to do a pod update video. It's technically what?
Closer.
Our 7th or 8th podcast, technically. I think it's going well. I think we've learned that I should shut up more and listen. I mean, it's growing pains, right? It's learning. Fucking, we're new to this. But I think we've had some pretty cool guests on. We've got Keith's episode dropping after this. We've got Mark, who's up front, who's the guy who talks to most customers out of anybody on after that. And that one should be fun because he's a real life character, bro. We call him what's it? It's not Haggard, is it? Haggard?
Haggard from Harry Potter, the big dude.
The big dude with the
I think that's what his name is. I don't watch Harry Potter.
When he comes in and does the podcast, we're definitely gonna have him wearing like a top hat, fucking hair down, beard out. Nah, but he's a hey, check it out, look who's calling. Old Skinny Water Girls. I'm about to let them know we're doing the pod. But so what did you want to go off of, man? What did you want to talk about today? Like how or let's just start by let's start by I guess talking about, and
tying it up.
How do you feel the podcast is going? You're behind the scenes, you're the one managing it, you're the one doing all the editing. A lot of people don't see that. You're doing the where I'm fucking with you and telling you, hey, I'm coaching you, but you are doing the job. You are there on your computer at home, editing the reels, while you'll brush them over with me, which is good. I think that's great because sometimes I'll add stuff that, I feel like you left out or, just bouncing ideas off of two people is better than one. But how do you feel? How do you feel the growth is? I think we're like just under 600 subscribers, followers, or, people on Instagram. The numbers, pull them up so we can go over them, like what our episodes are at, etc. You've worked through the Spotify stuff. We are now going to have our videos on Spotify when it uploads, which is my favorite way to watch podcasts, whether it's, Flagrant or the Joe Rogan Experience or, any one of the podcasts that what is it? Is it Meat Eaters? Not Meat, is it Meat Eaters?
For which one? Steve Renella's Meat Eaters, yeah.
Meat Eaters. So, like, same thing. All of those I like to watch on Spotify with the video because I like watching the video. I like the visual aspect of it. So Roland figured that out.
So we're at 583 followers. 583 we're almost at 600. Help us
right now. Granted, we started with nothing, right? Yeah. Which is pretty good. I feel like in 3 months, 3.5 months, 4 months of really going at it. If we had started the podcast when we said we wanted to start the podcast, it would have probably been like almost a year now. I
just have to clear my history on that before someone pops up the Google search.
Gotcha.
You're looking at it like, what the fuck's he doing?
Yeah, I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah, you guys know, if anything crazy happens to me, just fucking burn all the hard drives. Like, fuck the work. Like, just get rid of all of it.
Yeah, we don't want to know what's on this laptop. That's what he's saying. So, anyways, we started from the ground there. We would have started the podcast when we were talking about starting the podcast, it would have been maybe 6 months prior to the date we actually started, right? I mean, because we were talking about it forever.
for years. We had been talking about this
for like, you know, hey, let's do this, dude. We should definitely we're the only people we know that care enough to talk about fishing in a podcast form, especially here in town. Like, I know there's another one. I don't know the name. It's shot at the other tackle shop here in town.
They have a podcast?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know that they have a podcast, but he let somebody shoot a podcast there.
Just like Samuel?
Just basically like Samuel.
Damn.
And I don't know what it's called. Again, forgive me. I just know that there is one because I've seen the guy who owns it will post it, and I follow him on social media. So, other than that, I didn't know.
Don't subscribe to them. Subscribe to us, please. I'm just kidding. No, we're here to support everybody.
Yeah, good luck on
Shout out
that.
to Cast and Crank for following us, man. They're the biggest one on there, and then Scales and Tails as well.
Yes, sir.
They've been Scales and Tails, bro. He's been helping out so much, just like getting us started. You know, go buy his zines. You know,
Giving us, I guess, or giving you more. I've never actually talked to the guy. I think you're the one who talked to him.
We had chatted it up, man. But he's been super supportive the whole time. So.
Exactly. Yeah, no, he was definitely like, whoa, these guys kind of got the passion behind the project, so the project will come around in due time.
Yeah.
So that's cool, man. Dude, I think it's been fun. It's been tough going through and getting pods in. I think I know people, like, especially
Closer.
my wife. Oh God, see, we're still working through it. Especially like my wife and just, you know, friends and family. They're like, oh, cool, you get to, like, some of them are like, oh, cool, you're talking about fishing, blah blah blah. Well, my wife's like super annoyed, like, you're a dumbass, you know, wasting his time. But she also understands. She's supportive in the sense of she gets that it's something that, you know, I'm passionate about, that Roland's passionate about. So it's easy to come and talk about fishing for 2 hours, right? It's just finding the time to get to here with the store. You know, shout out to Outdoor Alphas for still
Speaking
being.
of that, what happened at Outdoor Alphas recently?
What happened at Outdoor
We got some juicy stuff for y'all.
Yes, sir. Hey, Outdoor Alphas is basically the place you don't want to fuck around because you're gonna find out.
You don't want to fuck with the owner,
You're
bro.
gonna find out, bro. The owner knows some people, man. So again, we can't talk about it because it hasn't fully came out, but somebody robbed the store.
Yeah.
They got caught, obviously, dude. We got 4K all over the place, dude. There ain't a corner to hide in.
No, not at all, man.
Huh?
No, so no, not at all. And what a fucking idiot. He didn't fucking have a mask
He
on
didn't
or
have
anything.
he was either high on meth or a very bad burglar because he showed up. Plain view, no mask, like obvious tattoos. Like, again, hey, you just look like a Mexican from San Antonio. That's
Fucking
different.
idiot,
You
bro.
can't have like a fucking.
We thought it was Keith at first. I'm just kidding.
Like, you can't have like a fucking, you know, like a fucking ice cream tattoo, like young Jeezy up here on your cheek and expect that you're not gonna get recognized.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, damn, I was like, Keith must have forgot a doob in here or something.
Dude,
I'm
bro.
just kidding.
So he came in, stole some reels, got it all on film.
Dude, what he should have fucking taken were the fucking Guggen Squad
Yeah,
baits.
I
We haven't been
know,
able to sell
man.
those things.
Hey,
By the way,
hey.
hey, come buy some Guggen Squad lures. Use Albert's discount code. What is it?
I snagged 10, and honestly, you'll get 50% off because nobody can get rid of that.
Yeah,
shit.
we haven't been able to get rid of it. It's no hate towards them. It's just not a popular item here.
No. It's all the hate towards them. Dude, I don't know about y'all, but dude, Manny and I, we got beef with those dudes, and they don't even know who we are. But
No,
they're
I'm cool
hype.
with one of them. I'm cool with one of them.
I'm not. They're hype as fuck. The baits suck. But anyways,
That's just our opinion, though.
that's our opinion, and
Yeah.
they don't sell. But I mean, that's everybody's opinion. In that. But that's the market's opinion, I guess. Anyways, so guy got caught. Samuel knows the right guy. He's the owner. Ended up getting busted, and I think Samuel said it's supposed to come out on the news. So hopefully he shouts out the pod. You know?
Be sure to plug in. What's your discount code again?
Hey, just be sure to plug in Unpacking Yakking. We shoot it at the store. Hey, if you were in here shooting, dude. Hey, I love it. We're all scared.
Hey, just to be the attention whores that we are, we have to plug our fucking podcast in.
Right. Hey, make sure you know, dude. So getting here is what I was talking about. It's like with your work, life, you know, your dogs, with my wife, with my business, dude. It's hard to come in and try to get in a podcast every Wednesday. Like, right, you're off, cool. You're off on Sundays as well. But between trying to be with my daughter and my wife, and then, you know, making sure the business is doing better and better and better, I've moved into my own shop with my business. So dude, it's hard to get here. But when we can get here, we like to have fun. We like to have good guests. I think, man, if we could get a solid repetition of like, if we could get in a routine of having like somebody on or like a month booked or something, I think that that'll be when we go from, you know, we're already, I like the growth, right? But I think we'll go to the next level if we legit have like a schedule, we have consistent pod releases. Because right now we're all over the place. We're like, some days it's sometimes it's a week. At one point we had 3 or 4 podcasts stacked up. Yeah. Then we burned them all, through them. And then life got hectic, and then, you know, this, that, or the other. So,
well, what exactly happened when life got hectic? So I'll tell you what happened with me. I almost fucked up my parents' 3500. My truck was in the shop, and Pop was like, "Hey, he's like, I got this 3500 you could use in the meantime. Just don't fuck it up. It's our work truck." Yeah, things got dicey. Yeah. I ended up putting the wrong fucking fuel in the diesel, and I know you're gonna think, "Oh, how the fuck does that happen?" Well, my dumbass wasn't paying attention. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't paying attention, and I was looking at the Frito-Lays, got unloaded, and trying to figure out why the fucking store was closed. And the funny thing is that I even drove to the fucking side where the diesel pump was. I just so happened to grab the wrong fucking one and start pumping in gas into the diesel.
Yeah. My mom's done that on accident back in the day.
It's usually some, I'm not trying to be mean, nothing like that. It's just usually something that a woman would do, or somebody who's not familiar with diesel trucks, which is usually people outside of Texas.
So basically what Roland is saying is he's a beta. Just kidding. No, but yeah, my mom had done it a long time ago, but didn't drive off. She recognized or realized right away and towed it and had it drained. No harm.
My dumbass drove on it, and in the middle of my drive, I was like, I don't remember grabbing a yellow pump. And then I was like, oh, fuck, shit.
Yeah.
Fucking have to call Big Rolando.
And let him know that
I had to call Rolando up and be like, yo, dude, hey, I need you to do me a huge favor. He's like, what? He thought I fucking hit somebody or I was drunk and about to go to jail. But I wasn't. I was going to work. And I'm like, hey, dude. I was like, I need you to go to this gas station right now because I didn't get the receipt. I couldn't get the receipt. I was like, I need you to check what kind of gas I put in. He's like, oh, fuck. And he's like, no, you fucking didn't. And then
so was it you felt like there wasn't going to be any other customers that you could go and find out that what you put in, or?
No, so the fucking, this is the way it works. I wake up in the morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning, and go to my gas station, go buy Celsius. Except sometimes they lock the fucking store. I don't know why they do it.
But how did you expect your dad to go get the receipt for your pump? You didn't think anybody else would have pumped before he got there, is what I'm asking?
Well, no, because they could look up the time.
Oh, gotcha.
So they could look up the time, and they could look at the amount. Mm-hmm. And I told them what pump number it was. And do you want to know how I found out what pump number was?
Why? How?
I fucking had to do the satellite search. I had to look at the satellite view of it, and I was like, all right, that side right there, let's zoom in on that.
Look, it sounds like if you could do all of that, you could fucking put the right, fuel.
Do you want to know what's funny is that my dad was just
if you could Google image search which fucking, go to the street view. I was on pump 11.
Hey, it shows me right there putting in the fucking black knob with the unleaded gas.
Yeah, but anyway, so what's up?
So my dad was just like, how the fuck could you do that? But like in Spanish, and he's like, you make fun of people for doing that shit. And I'm like, I know, I fucked up. But luckily nothing happened at 3500. We got it fixed. Working fucking like a beaut. Yeah, we just got it fixed on $300. Thankfully, I didn't have to burn through 80 grand. So,
dude, that's the biggest thing. I was like, fuck, dude. I know somebody who's done it, but they didn't drive off with it.
Yeah,
that's the big thing. You start throwing gas through diesel fuel lines. Fuck. I just assumed it would fuck it up.
So, from what our mechanic told me, he was like, you burned through all the excess diesel before it went to the fuel. So that's initially what saved me.
But like I said, how does that fucking
in the middle of it, I was just like, I don't remember grabbing the yellow pump, and I was like, nah, couldn't have been me. No, I was like, I don't think it was me. And then I was like, oh fuck, and then that's where I was like, shit.
Damn, dude. Well, I'm glad that's good, man. I know.
And you know what? It takes a man to fucking. I didn't mean to cut you off right there. You do it to me all the time, but it does take a man to admit those wrongs, and I fucked up. It is what it is.
It happens, man. I mean, you're moving too fast. It was 3 a.m. Happens to everybody. Yeah. But it is funny. It'll be one of those stories that you'll get roasted on forever. So, okay, so getting here has been somewhat of a challenge because of life, and then other than that, man, I think you're ready to take on let's get some sponsors. Which we have to kind of navigate how to get those. I think it's easier said than done. I think we've got to I think we've got to show analytics. Like, I guess I can look at it too. We really just wanted to talk about the pod, talk about how we feel. So if you want to go ahead and take over on how you feel it's going, and I'll pull up some of the analytics of basically how many people we're reaching, what we're doing since like really starting to dive in and, you know, look over, like really look into what we're doing, like showing the captions on the videos, doing the editing, doing the cuts. You know, at first we weren't doing that. You know, we didn't even know about it, right?
Yeah.
We kind of knew that, hey, that's what you have to do. But then once we started getting better and better and better and better, now we're where we are, where, you know, a good reel for us will get, you know, 15 to 20,000, you know, views and several hundred likes. So that's cool, man. And I think it sounds silly, it sounds clout chasing, but it is the way to get your name out there. And I do think it's cool when
by the way, sorry, I've been on my phone, man. I've been trying to get this fucking email connected in Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
All right, we're all good.
Okay,
We're
so
good to
I
go.
pulled up all the stuff. So since January, so what does it say? January to April 5th, we've reached 30,000 accounts. We've engaged, no, that can't be right. That's so little. Let's see, 90 days, last 30 days,
So
update.
So yeah, we're ready to take on sponsorships. So if you're a local lure company, whatever the case, you know, even a real company, hit us up and we'll start shouting you out on the pod and we'll talk numbers and business with you through the email. And the email is upypodcast@gmail.com. Again, upypodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up.
Okay, so since April 6th through July 4th, I would say March, April. I would say in April we started really taking the editing serious. We started as hey, download the captions app, you know, this, that, learn how to use social media to gain traction. So it's looking like, okay, so yeah, just under 30,000 accounts reached, just under 3,200 accounts engaged with, which is the big one. That's the one where people are either following, commenting, sharing, etc. And then total followers gained is just under 400. So we're at 583. So that's pretty good for us doing this just on the side. Like we're, you know, you're running your small business. I'm running my small business. You know, you have a life. I've got a life. I think for doing this, like learning the times to post, all that stuff, that's all the fun of marketing.
Shit, it ain't fun for me, dog.
Shoot, it is fun.
Fucking, I'm over here stressing whenever a video doesn't do good.
Nah, I think that just shows the pride you have in the work. But the algorithm's going to be the algorithm. Sometimes it's going to pop. Sometimes it's going to not. Right. And that's the big thing is the fact that staying consistent, staying persistent, staying consistent.
Damn, bro, that sounded like me.
Persistent. I just had to separate.
That sounded like me earlier.
That
sounded like me earlier when I was on the phone with you, and I was just like, "Yo, think about taking a trip to Turquoise," and you're like,
dude,
"What?"
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Turquoise." And you're like,
I was like,
"What's that place?"
You mean Turks and Caicos? Yeah, that's funny. So staying consistent and persistent at social media, at shooting pods, at having guests. I think that's the key to success. I mean, there's no secret, right? All the guys, all the big podcasts. I mean, we were just talking about Scales and Tails earlier today. They are very consistent with their posting. They have whatever it is. That's what we'll probably get there whenever we start bringing some monetary means through the pod. I think that will kind of help us like, oh shit, we're making money now. We've got ads, we've got sponsors, we're doing ad reads. Then we'll take it, we'll have more scheduled time like, hey, okay, we can show people back at home, okay, look, this is bringing in income, so that's why I'm delegating 8 hours to it on Wednesday, right? Because it is a form of income. So when we get there, I think we'll get the consistency. But before then, we'll get there regardless of how long it takes. I mean, we'll figure out. We'll get a video to blow up here. We'll, I try to do as much collaborating online with the page, just with my personal page, to try to also bring in new members. Like
speaking of that, you've been crushing it, man.
Dude, I know. I've been
you've been consistent. You've been pushing it through,
and I've been getting lucky filming good eats. That's the biggest thing. From somebody who used to love to do, YouTube.
I know we went off subject, but also not only that, but like, are you getting big eats? We had to relocate fish. We don't know where the fucking fish swam.
That's the other thing. Yeah, we're finally getting rain back in our rivers, which at this point, July, whatever the fuck it is, 5th, it's already starting to dry back up. So we need more rain. But we're supposed to get like 40-50% chance of rain today, like right now.
Hey,
so
bro, it's
hopefully,
all in California is draining our rivers.
Yeah, too many straws on the ground is what Thomas told me. Oh, we're gonna have Thomas on the ground. We're gonna have Thomas on the pod one of these days. I've already talked with him. I think maybe even next week on Wednesday. Yeah. So we'll have to see if we can maybe do him and Mark, or just try to work maybe Mark a different day since Mark's always here. But
so who's Thomas? I don't know who that is.
Thomas.
And I'm sure they don't know who they are.
Oh, Thomas Griffin, TX River Junkie on Instagram. We'll add in the.
He just followed the dab room.
Yeah. There you go. So that guy, cool guy, man. I've been fishing with him forever, and I've always wanted to have him on. I know he's sponsored now with TG. He's putting in work. He's into the crescents. A little bit small for my type of fishing, but he loves it. He takes his family. The crescents? It's a brand of kayak. Crescent kayak. They're new to the market.
Hey, that's almost. I thought. So you said crescents. That memory of Manny popped up in my head when we were on the river, and
what?
That the little boy ran up to Manny.
Oh, you stupid! Yeah, Crescent. Yeah, Crescent. So Crescent is a brand of kayak that came out, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. It's more of a smaller body of water kayak. I mean, you can take it on a big lake. Again, you can do that to any kayak, but it's meant for like small rivers, streams, creeks, etc.
Super skinny water.
It's a nice boat for the money / if you're looking for that. For me, I'm with Bonafide. I love the Bonafide. I love the storage, the stability, the whole nine.
I'm Bonafide too.
Yeah,
we're both Bonafide.
Bonafide lovers. It's
whoa, bro.
It's
you give me Bonafide, bro.
Yeah, dude. And we call them boners. But yeah, man. So I want to have him on. Good guy. Loves to fish with the family, which is cool. And you know, it's all fun. It's all fun with him.
I'm all about that.
So. Going back into the pod, what do you feel like? How do you feel like you have done producing? You feel like you've learned more than when you first started? Do you feel like how are the numbers going on like the other socials that aren't like Instagram? Like, so what is Spotify? We're just gonna show y'all real data because again, no matter how big or how little it is what it is. It's what, you know, it legitimately is our numbers. So we have Spotify, you upload on YouTube, and then we have our Instagram. I think we need to focus on like YouTube Shorts, Facebook. We're not on Facebook at all.
Yeah, so like
Facebook market, we're not in at all.
So I hate Facebook. The reason I hate being on Facebook because it's all political. I just hear fucking boomers complaining and bitching. I'm not trying to single y'all out. It's just, it is what it is. And I got fucking friends that are hardcore liberals that are like arguing with the fucking boomers and so on and so forth. That shit, I don't need that fucking negativity in my life. So I hate being on Facebook. But I have to get on because Albert's kind of pressuring me on it because we got to start sharing our content and getting more of an audience, you know. So my Facebook's back on. As far as like how I see the podcast going, the direction, well, I mean, look at it like this. We started in March. We're about to hit 600 followers. Mm-hmm. You know, I think it's progressing at a faster rate, but it's all a learning process. You know, what works with one podcast doesn't work with ours. What works with our podcast doesn't work with the other one.
Yeah, we're finding our niche, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we're finding our niche. Like, it's been a crazy process because like working with Black Rifle Coffee, I learned like analytics with Richard Ryan, who was like essentially like my partner. You know, I was his partner in filming his YouTube channel called Full Mag. What I learned from him doesn't exactly always work here. You know, it gave me the foundation on how to run the podcast, you know, and it gave me the foundation for my experience with production and media. But everybody's different. Every situation is different. And it's been a fucking learning process, a hectic learning process trying to figure that out because like I have my business to run, spending time with my family, spending time with my dogs, training jiu-jitsu, trying to fucking squeeze in fishing in the process. Like,
dude, I don't think you've been fishing. The last time you went fishing was with me.
Yeah.
When we went that down and back.
Yeah.
That's the last time you went fishing.
In up north in the hill country.
I don't even know when that was. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a good minute.
Almost probably was in May, I think. Yeah. It had to be in May.
Yeah.
I didn't fish with you all of June because we were doing the tournament. I was with Brandon. So
Yeah.
yeah, it had to be May. It's been a minute since you fished. So to touch on what you just said about what worked with Full Mag isn't working with here. I don't think not only is it because we're two different styles and two different podcasts, I literally think time also changes. So when were you with them? What
I was working with him during the pandemic.
Okay,
you know,
during the pandemic, great. My point is 3 years out from the pandemic in 2023, like, bro, the way that media on social media marketing is way different. We didn't in 2020 there was no reels on Instagram. So I bet you now what I'm saying is the time difference also changes the way marketing changes. So again, in 2020 when you were working with Full Mag, had Instagram Reels been a thing, you might have promoted on there, right? So that's the difference. The media style's changing.
Richard at the time, this is 2020, was like, Reels are going to be the next big thing, you know, and he started going up on it. But the problem is that I don't know exactly. I don't want to throw his business out there, but I think he was on a hiatus on releasing new content. You know, I mean, he fucking helps run one of the biggest coffee companies in the world. You know, aside from Starbucks, but hey, yo, fuck Starbucks. But you know, he was everything he told me and essentially showed me was the way to do it. You know, it's just
then.
Yeah, like Reels are going to be the next big thing. Sure enough, Reels were the next big thing. So he was like trying to figure out how to like film these long ass episodes, cut it into like 30 seconds. The problem is that you're throwing down so much money to create the content that he does, you know, and then shortening it up to a fucking 30-second reel, 15-second reel. But everything he's told me, man, has been correct. But he laid my foundation out, and now I'm just trying to figure out what niche is going to work to get this podcast booming, you know, because I think for March, by the way, excuse for the heavy breathing, man. I fucking drank all that coffee. I've been drinking that coffee, and if you didn't hear earlier, I was coughing pretty loud. So,
so what were you saying?
So as I was saying, hold on 1 second, let me log in. So as I was saying, it's just, what was I saying?
I don't know. You were like, excuse me for the heavy breathing.
No, before that, what was it?
You were talking about Richard Ryan laying the foundation.
Oh, he laid the foundation out and whatnot, but you know, it works for him, you know. That doesn't essentially work for our podcast.
Yeah, it's a little different. Every podcast is a little different.
Yeah,
but let's see, let's log this in real quick. Get in there.
All right, there we go. I've not been distracted. It's just I've been trying to get this shit fucking up and running.
Dead air. Just kidding. Okay. So the most up-to-date analytics of Spotify. Total plays, 838. Not bad. Per episode average was 54. Is that what that said?
I think so, dude. By the way, nobody's been able to beat Marshall's
episode.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Marshall's episode's at almost 300 plays.
Yeah.
And
that motherfucker's got an audience, bro.
Yeah,
that motherfucker's got an audience. Sorry, Marshall.
That'll show you. There you go. That's the when people want to know. Well, how does social media have influence outside, or like where can you see real life data based on that? There you go. So go back to the back, like where we just were about like the episodes. I think it was on episodes to see. Yeah. Okay, so like ones that aren't Marshall, that don't have. Let's see what Marshall has on Instagram. I want to say,
bro, his reel's been crushing it. It was at 36K last time I saw it, but I think it's way more.
Yeah, he's at 37,000 followers on Instagram, and I don't know YouTube, and I don't know. I think he has a lot on TikTok. I'm pretty sure TikTok his.
I think he's like in the 200s at TikTok. Could be wrong.
Marshall. Oh, it'll be the homeless fisherman on there.
Yeah,
too,
the homeless
Let's
fisherman.
see.
And dude, and also he just started guiding out in Austin. Please give business his way, man. If you've heard his episode that we dropped, you know how he lives, dude. Legitimately, he only makes like $1,000 a month. So fucking go out there, fish with him. He's the nicest guy ever. Don't take advantage of him. Otherwise, you're gonna be dealing with Sam. Sam will fucking get your car and run it over like he did to that robbers.
Okay, so he has 37,000 on Instagram, and on TikTok. Did we ever give him? Did he ever post our reels on TikTok? He has 165,000.
I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I don't even think he knows we have a TikTok.
Gotcha. So he's got 165,000 followers on TikTok. So all of that, 165K on TikTok, 37,000 on Instagram, it garnished 300 views or 300 listens on the podcast.
And we appreciate every single one of those listeners.
Every single one of those. But
even the ones that were bitching about Albert cutting him off.
Exactly. That, again, a learning process. That is real life data there. So Marshall has given us the most plays in the sense of he's got the biggest audience. But just to, so when we look and see that rate that Asas is at 90 plays, Oscar's at 75, Rolando's at 98, Mallory's at 95, we're consistent at the 100 mark, which is dope because how many subscribers do we have on Spotify? Like how many people follow, like how many, what is that?
Where's that at? I'm trying to figure that out. I haven't yet to figure that out. Let me see.
No,
go that's
to the
not
profile page.
This is the profile page. Let's see. Let's go to analytics. Let's go to audience.
It doesn't tell you like number of subscribers.
Oh man.
Right there, Spotify followers. So we've got 77 followers on Spotify, and we're consistently getting about 100 listens. That's cool. That's, again, we're small. We're starting small. All big things started small. We're getting more, listens on Spotify than we have followers on Spotify. That's cool. That's a pretty cool thing to have, meaning that we're bringing a little bit more value than followers here, meaning they're like, oh shit, like I like what those guys are talking about, and the numbers are showing that. Well, that's fucking dope, dude.
Every episode we've been dropping, it's been getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that's what's cool too.
Everybody's been helping us out. Like Mallory's constantly fucking tagging us in her posts. Mm-hmm. Everybody, audiences, people on the river fucking come up to us and like, hey, dude, we listen to your podcast.
Yeah. That's
fucking dope.
That is dope, man. That's cool. So let's I guess what else can we talk about podcast wise? Okay, Instagram, we're gonna keep doing what we do. I think Instagram is our biggest platform that reaches people because we do have the ability. I just love the Instagram algorithm. I love Instagram. So I like the whatever, we're getting anywhere between on a low end, 1,000 views per reel. On the high end, 10 to 15,000, which is awesome because that, again, bringing in new people is how we're going to do that. I think we can write this down just for.
Drop the pen.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
My bad.
No,
you're good. I was saying I think what we should write down is things that we can leave and work on once we get to our. Back to regular here. I think we do need to focus and post more on TikTok or post everything we post on Instagram on TikTok. It's just hard, right?
Yeah,
Keeping up with all the.
I don't know if y'all have ever ran a social media page. It's a pain in the ass, man. I hate. Okay, I'm gonna be on as much as what y'all might think. Don't look at my screen time. My screen time might be 10 hours looking at my phone a day. Mm-hmm. Disregard that. I hate fucking being on my phone, and I hate being on Instagram. I hate doing all that shit. So if you see me out in public on Instagram, just mind it's work. I'm just kidding. No, I'm probably I got a problem.
Right? Yeah.
No, but it's a pain in the ass running a social media page, dude. You got to wake up in the morning, fucking start figuring out what reel you're gonna make. You got to make a reel. It's time consuming, dude. And honestly, aside from this being our business and our baby, if it wasn't for that, I would if I had the money, I'd hire a fucking social media manager to run my shit, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking respond to the DMs, respond to all the baddies messaging the pod. I'm just kidding. It's all Manny, Brandy.
It's all man. Hey, bro. Where can I launch at on the Guadalupe?
Fucking Manny's over there telling me to launch at. Try this spot at fucking Canyon.
Try Boat Ramp 11, but you're gonna need an ATV to get to the water.
So Manny, I was going on a date and I asked Manny in confidence, yo, dude, and I forgot that he doesn't live in San Antonio anymore. He moved.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm no big deal, He's
Hell yeah, there's
go
water.
to Boat Ramp 11. It's fire. we get there. I sent Albert a fucking video, and you just see a huge fucking ditch, like maybe like 35 feet deep. It's all dry.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been to Boat Ramp 11, you know you've got to, like, you get at the launch and you take a left, and it's technically like a creek to the main river channel. That whole creek system was dry.
Dry, and even the spot that Manny was like, no, there's water there, it was dry too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, even almost out to the main point of the, like, deepest part of the river in the main channel, that barely had water, and then almost none. So, I mean, we're in a drought here. You know, I know we're in El Nino now, but we still have yet to see the effect. So
it's all Californians.
Yeah,
liberals.
I hope that we do get the rain that we need, because we very, very, very badly need it.
What's fucking wild is that it rained so fucking consistent, and the rivers were like rising, and fucking a week later they're fucking lower than what they were before.
Oh, you're saying like it was consistent in that month. I was like, it hasn't been consistent.
It was consistent in that month, but what's crazy, it took a fucking week. It took a week for the rivers to drop down lower than what they were before.
Yeah, it's tough out here. So yeah, man. So I mean, we need more rain. We need or relocating fish.
Hey, you know what we really need? We need thoughts and fucking prayers.
That's what we need.
Manny, start fucking praying, bro.
We need thoughts and prayers, bro. So what I'm also saying too is that we or what we were talking about before we got all off tangent there is we definitely had to find these fish.
Yeah.
I've been getting kind of lucky. Nothing big. Big. I'm still trying to find where the big girls went. If they died, if they made it, if they hid. But I've been on a few
do you know where the big girls are at right now?
Where?
Mom Margie's, bro.
Mama Margie's,
at 2 o'clock in the morning, you'll find them there. Actually, no, not Mom Margie's. Let's do Taco Palenque. I like that place better. They're at Taco Palenque. All the tortas are over there, bro.
Yes,
I'm just
kidding. So yeah, man, it's just been learning lakes, fishing. Manny and I did a float together because it was going to be the last float before he was a dad, which maybe we'll go and...
hey, bro, don't be throwing his business out there. You fucking catch it. Head.
Yeah, you're throwing it in a different manner. But, like, we were doing, like, one last float, but I think we may be able to get another one in before. But... I caught a bunch of fish. They were just all like 20 inches. Like I caught.
That's not what Manny was saying,
dude. I've got. What's good is I've got a lot of content for my personal page. I've probably got another 12 to 15 fish catches to make reels for. So I've only posted those two, the two on top, and I think they've done well.
Well, one of them had like 15K.
This one, I think, almost both are probably there now, which is cool.
That was like one thing that the sales rep from Shimano who came down was like, you guys have a social media presence.
So I've got 11.9 on the one I posted yesterday.
Shit, which one's that one? 31K?
Oh, this one was just the one with like I don't want to play it audio, but it's audio about.
It's aerial.
Yeah, it's a different view. Man, if I had a drone, which I need to get one, that would change the game dramatically when I'm doing a solo trip.
Well, if we start getting sponsors, we can probably get money to buy stuff like this.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, man, I've had a decent, transition from spring to summer catching fish. We are in the fucking dog days of summer now.
Bro, it's fucking hot, bro.
It's been like last 2 weeks, I would say the average high is like 101. Average high in the last 2 weeks, 101. That's fucking hot.
This is one of those times where like I'm happy I'm single now. I don't have a kid because I'd more than likely I'd accidentally probably lock the kid in. I'd forget I'd have a kid and turn off the car and leave him locked in there.
Right now it's like dangerous hot. In the shop, it was in the bay. It was 109 at one point last week. I mean, I've got a little
you would
window
think
unit.
Manny working construction in this fucking heat, he'd at least lose weight from his fucking head.
I know, bro. But yeah, man, it's just hot. It's hot. It's the dog days of summer. It's fucking fishing's tough. So hopefully maybe in the summer right now we can get a little bit better at pods and start cranking them out.
All I know is during winter, bro, come winter we're gonna be fucking crushing it.
Oh, I think so too. I think when people are back in the house, I think when people are, because right now it's fair weather fisherman central. Right now,
not only that, you got the tubers on the quad.
Tongas out, college season, fucking ass and titties on tubes. You're just trying to fucking fish. You've got fair weather anglers. Everybody, everybody's grandpa, dad takes them fishing in the summer, not all year. So right now the rivers are crowded. It's hot as fuck. And life's busy. So the podcasting again, has been the struggle to get in and get episodes pumped out. So I've done a little bit more fishing. It's been easier to fish than to shoot a pod because there's a lot of moving parts to the pod.
Just so you know, this motherfucker's been fishing. Hey, I'm over here working on the computer. Hey, what a liberal right there.
Hey, somebody's got to get the content, brother. So yeah, man, it's been cool. It's been fun, dude. But what do you want to transition into next?
All right, so 4th of July's here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, clearly these things are going to be happening, you know. One thing we do recommend for everybody out on the waters, please, what do we wear?
A PFD. Actually, we're gonna do it next episode, whether it's with Thomas. Honestly, because Thomas likes to do like shit like that, like be educational in a cool way.
Yeah.
I will
He's probably going to be educating me. I got to bring my notebook.
I will wear a PFD, and him. I'll tell him, bring your PFD. We'll wear a PFD the whole pod. In good faith that wearing a PFD is very, very important. So what were we going to bring up with that?
All right. So with that being said, Army service member's body was recovered from Calaveras Lake after a boating incident.
Right. Let's read that again. An Army service member's body. Right. So it's not, I'm a good swimmer. I'm physically fit. I've done this 100 times. None of that shit matters. None of that shit matters. The water will take your life in a second. So on that episode, we'll rock the PFD for the full hour and a half, 2 hours to show people that it's not uncomfortable, because I hate that excuse. It's uncomfortable. Then yes, some of the really, really, really bad, cheapest ones are uncomfortable. Spend a little bit more money on it, at least $50 or more, and they're pretty comfortable. Where you can just wear them sitting in a seat having a conversation. Because I literally, it's part of getting on the water.
My thing with like PFDs and all that is just like, dude, invest the money. Like, you know, your safety's and your life's number one concern. You know,
100%.
It's like I don't give like. I ride a Harley, you know.
Yeah.
Normal fucking helmets go for $100. I spent an extra $300 just because I know I felt comfortable and I had confidence with that safety helmet. You know, God willing, I never be.
But that's me. But that's just me.
But
I get what you're saying.
Invest in the safety, like, you know.
Yeah.
Don't spend the extra $20. Spend the extra $30. Like, whatever the case may be, your fucking life is important. You know.
Like they say, dress for the slide, not for the ride. So you better be wearing a full fucking Iron Man suit. So let's get to this. Army service member's body recovered from Calaveras Lake after boating incident.
And this was on July 4th.
This was on July 4th. What a day to die.
San Antonio, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office has recovered the body of a 36-year-old man in Calaveras Lake. On Tuesday morning, deputies say 3 men, all service members, were boating on Calaveras Lake when the victim fell from the boat. Sheriff Salazar says the victim's friend jumped in on the water to try to save the victim, but was unsuccessful. Exactly, man. We're not throwing any shade towards this, but we weren't there, but wear a PFD.
Yeah, we weren't there, and it definitely doesn't sound like he was wearing a PFD. It sounds like he fell over, and I mean, it said basically in an instant, the victim's friend jumped in the water and tried to save the victim. Again, a PFD, whether you're face down or face up, again, that's the only, and that's really only if you're like knocked unconscious. Yeah. But if you're conscious and you fall in with the PFD, you're gonna come back up, right? So again, it doesn't sound like, right? We're speculating, we're just assuming, but it doesn't sound like that he was wearing a PFD if his buddy was trying to save him, you know, because he was already down. You know what I mean? The thing about a PFD, whether you're knocked unconscious and you're face down, which can happen, which you're still going to come up. So that's the biggest thing. We'll do that for sure next pod or with Thomas or whatever, man. I mean, again, it's just so important. Water, I know people who's, you know, have lost kids to the river, you know, in a blink of an eye. And nobody wants to have to do that.
Shit, bro. Yeah, I've got trauma just from my fucking parents just throwing me into the fucking pool as a kid, you know? Like,
dude, I know.
Being a little meathole, like just floating up.
Just getting dunked in. But yeah, I mean, that's
Mexican way.
Right. Now we got my daughter in swim lessons and it's all nice and organized. And I was like, fuck, it's not how I learned. So yeah, I mean, that's very, 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 very important. Another tragedy that, again,
could have been avoided.
100% avoidable with a PFD if he wasn't wearing a PFD. And with the way the story played out in the article, it sounds like he wasn't wearing a PFD.
Man, like, I'm a confident swimmer, man, but you just can never risk it, you know? Never. Something can always fucking happen. You get hit in the head, get knocked unconscious, whatever. Just wear the fucking thing, dude. It'll save your fucking life.
I think we wanted to do a one day as well. Again, we want to do a lot of stuff, but get out there and shoot a open water reentry on a kayak.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. And we should also get Manny, because he's a heavier set guy. A lot of people, it's a lot of heavier.
Yeah, just show different body types.
Yeah, different
and then
body
also,
types.
like, show that the ease with the PFD to, compare, like, hey, maybe not wear one, but you get to see at least how your body is when you do wear a PFD and you do take a tumble. So, man, that's very unfortunate, but looks like it could have been avoidable based on what the information that's available is out there. And that's just no fun for everybody. Nobody wants to hear that somebody had died or drowned. I mean, it's just not a cool thing. So what else is happening locally?
Real quick, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation in the water where you've panicked swimming?
Panic swimming regarding to fishing?
Just, you're
kayaking?
Kayaking. You're kayaking, you fell in the water. You maybe.
I mean, there's been a couple of times where, like, when you have to bail. My biggest concern is I feel confident enough with my body as far as, like, bailing, like when to bail. And that's the good thing about the Bonafide too. You can make it gives you that.
It's hard to flip.
2 to 3 second, window to decide, do you want to, like, flip or do you want to just jump out the boat? That's what's cool about the Bonafide. You don't have that in an instant, upside down. In the Bonafide, you've got an extra 2 to 3 seconds to make a decision to jump. My biggest fear is jumping and then getting, like, especially because you're in a rapid, like my foot getting lodged in a rock and then I'm thrown underwater.
Happened to me with the waders.
Jump out and, my foot get hung up on like a old lure or something like that. That's my biggest fear. As far as have I had a situation on the water where I panicked? No, not in a long time. I don't know ever. But I have had situations where I have jumped out of the boat in a bail and have been very, very conscious of when as soon as I hit the water, lift my body flat as possible so I don't have any hang-ups in, cracks, crevices, hooks, down trees that you can't see, timber. That's my biggest fear. So every time I have bailed, I make it a point to try to get as flat as a plank instantly to avoid any of that. Because I've seen it happen. I've heard stories of it happen, and it's just not fun. It's scary. It's fucking scary. Like I said, your life can be
trust
gone
me,
like
I
that.
know. Because
Roland flips a lot, so he might have a better.
Well, no. So one of the times I was wearing waders, and my fucking boots got caught up between a rock. Luckily, I mean, the water was rising. It did get a little bit towards like chin level and nose level, just mainly because water was like kind of like it was running water, so it was like rising up. Just because I'm the object that's hitting. The water didn't exactly have anywhere to travel to or go through me. But that scary incident, panicking wise, man, was just out in the ocean. Scuba diving.
Yeah. Panicking makes everything worse.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm a very confident swimmer, and if I ever get tired, I immediately like throw my back out towards the water, so I'm like floating, on my back, and I'll just slowly like just dangle my arms, start breathing lightly. That's what I would do. But ocean water, man, is completely different. Scuba diving. I'm
see this right? So it says that he died. You keep talking. I just want to make sure there's no.
Don't talk. Shut the fuck up. So like scuba diving. We're getting ready. Had to come over my fear. I told myself, I'm gonna get over my fear of water. Which is very crazy. But I'm terrified of water, man. I'm legitimately scared. Drowning sucks. But I jumped in the water and the current was extremely, strong and started pushing me away from the boat. And that's where the panic kind of set in. I legitimately had that voice in my head telling myself, just breathe, move towards the side at an angle, and you'll start to get where you need it to go and just relax, calm. And I was terrified because, number one, I'm terrified of sharks, terrified of drowning. And like I said, that was the only time that panic set kind of hit in. And the water was fucking 50 degrees. It was cold as shit. Yeah.
Cool water, all that shit will do it to you. So yeah, man, I mean, death on the water is easily avoidable, and we'll bring some awareness to that, in one of these upcoming pods. As far as like the direction the podcast is going, have you been pleased with that? Do you feel like
I I want to have like
we've had a bunch of we've had to try to getting here to get the pods done. An episode in is the most daunting task because there's a lot of moving parts. There's you with the equipment, me with the live, you with your live, the guest. The guest has to have time to come. We've been trying to get
that's mainly it. Like I want to have like an abundant amount of guests to live here. If you're swinging by here, like, look, I'm sending this message out here on Instagram to all the fishermen and anglers out there. Dude, if you're passing by San Antonio, hit us up. We'll get you on the pod. Yeah, we'll make time to get you on the pod.
For sure. Because we want to try to focus on quality over quantity. I think is what we're big deal is. Because especially right now with a limited time of being here, being here and being able to get here, I think we need to focus on the quality versus just pumping out a bunch of just random pods. So that's what I think our focus should be until we get a schedule, until it is bringing in more monetary means. But shoot, man, I'm excited to do some more saltwater fishing this summer. I went.
You're ready to hit it up?
I hope. I went 2 Wednesdays ago with my wife and daughter. We just went to Padre Island National Seashore just to go for the day. Yeah. And man, the bay was low. It was low tide as hell, and it was fucking crystal clear. The channels were dirty, real dirty, like chalky dirty. But the bay was so freaking low tide that dude, it was clear. I didn't have anything. I brought 2 poles to surf fish, but it was a family day.
Do you want to know something funny? When I was down there in Port Aransas, I saw an RV in the water, like an actual RV in the water. Immediately, the first thing that came to my head was like, at one point, beer was involved.
Oh, I'm sure that, or they didn't understand the times, etc.
No, it was floating. Like it was legitimately on the platform floating.
Oh God.
Yeah, I was just like in my head. I was just like, there had to have been beer involved at one point.
Gotcha. Oh, you're talking about like the trailers, like the RVs that like live out there, like the ones.
No. Like those are like more of the boats. This had wheels, bro. Like,
that's.
This was a floating platform with like a fucking like I don't know, man. Maybe it was that I must have been seeing things.
Yeah. Because I've seen. So when we had Travis's his bachelor party. We were down in Baffin Bay, and I didn't realize that there's like you can own a home in Baffin Bay, in the bay, but it's like a
floating home.
yeah. Look it up real quick. It's called like you can buy the rights to them because they stopped giving the rights out. Put Baffin Bay bay houses.
Floating.
Put Baffin Bay houses.
All right, give him a second.
Baffin Baffin. Baffin.
You say Baff.
Baffin Bay, Bay, no E.
God damn.
Baffin Bay, homes, floating cabins. Boom, right there. So those floating cabins, I want to say they go for like.
It was something like this, man, but there's wheels on the side of it.
Yeah.
Or underneath it.
So the Baffin Bay houses, those right there, those you can.
Yeah. Okay. This is something like this, but it was okay. So like the platform it's floating on. There was an RV with wheels there, and I was thinking to myself, and even this, I'm like, bro, there's got to be beer involved. There had to have been beer involved.
Yeah. So what's cool about What's cool about those is like they don't sell them anymore. Like the lease is to own the house on the bay. So the people that do own those, they sell them for crazy high because they'll never. The state of Texas not gave them out. You could buy them through maybe it was TPWD or whatever, and now they don't do it anymore. And all the homes that are there, some of them are Airbnbs, some of them are like people's personal fishing getaways where like you can just get up and go straight on the water.
You wouldn't be scared doing this?
I mean, it's 2023. I mean, you would know if you were gonna have some shitty weather. I mean, if again. You could go on like a fair weather weekend. Like, oh, hey, it's going to be high 85, 10-mile-an-hour winds, no rain in sight. Now, would it be dumb to go down with a hurricane scheduled? Absolutely. But I mean, you don't go on really shitty days. But no, I mean, they're shit. They've been there for years, since the 80s. I think it was 80s or maybe late 80s or early 90s, and they stopped selling the permits. So
hey, you end up seeing some fucking a dude in butt cheeks there,
dude, right there. A generator. I mean,
Hey.
that's the thing. They're all ran on generator. It's
Hey,
pretty cool.
You see that couple throwing that beer bottle at it? It's the last thing.
The last thing that Spy Balloon saw going
Spy
over
Balloon. What the fuck is that? Hey, Deborah, go get my shotgun.
Yeah. So let's see. Okay, real quick, we're coming up on an hour, so let's talk about some baits that came in the store.
Yeah,
A
and-
bunch of Buka bullshad baits, have bullshad swim baits. The burrito in every colorway. These are nice. And then the new one, the smaller, called the nacho. The nachos are in. This is $29.99 for the nacho. Use Unpacking Yakin, save 10%. And the burritos are $38.99. These are money.
So that's what he meant by nacho.
Yes, these
Dude.
are the nachos. Burrito, nacho.
Mark's like over here. Mark's like, hey, y'all want some nachos? And my high ass was like, yeah.
Yeah, where at?
Where at, bro?
Where they at, bro?
He
Dude.
fucking brings this shit in, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, so the burrito and the nacho, man, those are pretty cool baits. I've never seen the nacho in person. I've seen the burritos, but those, dude, that's money. Those baits are dope.
Things are gonna fucking destroy.
Yeah, for sure. This one, I'm buying this one today. This one just looks too damn good.
Buying the nachos, so we know why.
Yes, sir. But anyway, so they wanted us to bring those up. They just got them in. They're gonna get, I believe, some of the bull glides, more 4x4s, more of the 8-inch bull shad, and 10-inch bull shad. I think they said they placed an order of about $1,000, and they haven't received all their goodies, but they got a big chunk of them now.
Speaking of that, man, Samuel's been crushing it with the orders recently.
Who?
Samuel?
Gotcha. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
With the
bringing it-
orders
yeah.
of what we're getting in.
Yeah,
Let me
the
actually.
store's been getting in.
Let me actually pop out real quick. Take over, talk about whatever.
Yeah.
But I need to grab one of those, the Dunkles, the guy who came and was like, "Hey
Yeah.
guys, I got a social media
The
presence."
Shimano sales rep.
A Shimano sales rep. Give me a
Yeah, he
sec.
hooked us up, man.
We'll plug his name later if we have to edit it in. Hold up.
Man, I'm looking at these houses right here, and I know I had said like beer had to have been involved to create these floating houses, but there had to have been other substances, in my opinion. I'm like looking at a satellite image. There's a fucking dude just there chilling, just like, what the fuck is that? Is that a drone?
Got him. So again, I think I don't even want to guess, but I think his name is JB. I think he came in when we got done shooting a pod one time. I don't know who we had. It was who was it? It wasn't Keith. It was whoever we had before Keith.
Oscar?
Oh, he was Oscar, exactly. Yeah, it was with Shimano. And as soon as we were done, he was out there like the plug dog, just baits all over the fucking desk. And what do you think about this one? How many of these you want to
Yeah.
buy? And we were like, who the fuck is that? I think his name is JB. I think.
Let's look him up. Let's look him up real quick. Forgive us.
Forgive us. Anyways, he hooked it up fat. He threw me a couple of these Jackal Dunkles. Dude, Manny and I threw him out there on Ivy, and Manny was getting crushed by him. I couldn't figure out the retrieval. Manny said he was just burning it right under the surface, but they work pretty awesome. I've thrown mine a few times on the river. I've yet to get bit big. I was fishing last Thursday. I took it out and threw it. It's 7 inches. It's 2 ounces, and man, it's a slow sink. It maybe falls 6 inches every second, probably less, like 2 to 3 inches every second. It's a slow sink, but shout out to him. Did you find him?
No, I'm looking for him.
It's gonna be tough, man. I could just be totally pulling that name out of my ass, JB.
Here,
but
give me 1 second. I'll go into my personal profile.
I really don't. Nah, man. I don't think it's gonna.
Hold on, see. Oh,
No, JB. Look, is that him?
let me
No,
see.
I don't think so. No, JB's the guy. I got the sales reps confused. JB's the Costa sales rep. The other guy this the Shimano sales rep. I don't know. JB's
Hold on,
the
we'll pull him
Coastal.
up. We got to give him talk real quick. I'll look it
Yeah,
up.
okay. We'll get your credit, big dog. So talked about that. Talked about the pod. Talked about who we want to have. I can't wait till we have like more like what's the word I'm looking for? Like somebody in like government for like Texas Parks and Wildlife, like a wildlife biologist or somebody from the Share Lunker program. somebody who like maybe does more corporate work for the fishing industry. That's what I'm excited about. Dude,
Colin. Yeah, Colin Killeen, man.
That's his name. Let me see. Colin.
Or Kellen.
You're like just making shit up.
No. I'm sorry, bro. I'm illiterate. Colin.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yo,
Colin.
shout out to Colin.
No, he's a sales rep for Sport
How do you pronounce that last name?
Colin.
I'm over here thinking Killeen, the fucking town.
Yeah, it's probably Colleen without an extra E. So Colin. Colin. He's a sales rep for Sportco Marketing. They sell G, Loomis, Shimano, Power Pro,
Jackal Lures.
He was like, dude, I like what y'all are doing. I see y'all got a social media presence. I think we chopped it up about swim baits.
Yeah, well,
I think we were chopping it up about swim baits.
Albert gets offensive when you start questioning him in the swim baits, and Albert's like, just start spinning knowledge at him, and then he starts throwing spin. Like they kind of get into like this like debate, and
I don't think it was a debate.
It wasn't.
We were talking about swim baits.
I feel like you were just like, this dude's downplaying my intelligence.
Oh yeah, he's probably like, oh, this dude don't know what he's talking about. And I was just talking about different brands
I think you
received.
I think you received it that way because you're like, this dude is questioning my intelligence. And
I was like, damn, dude, I've been tossing these baits for almost 10 years now, bucko. No, I'm just kidding. No, but then he was kind of like, oh shit, okay, yeah,
I know who you are.
I've seen some of the stuff.
Yeah, I've seen your YouTube.
Dope. Let's next time I get in, I'm gonna get you some baits. And again, shout out, man. We've been on them. We've been throwing them. I mean, Manny has been bit on it. Not I. I just haven't got out there to do it.
Bro, could you just imagine this being the trap house? Fucking take a boat ride for drugs.
Dude, you had to go to the plug, take a fucking bay boat out there.
Like by the time the police end up trying to get there, you're gonna see them just take off.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So yeah, Colin hooked it up fat with some. Let's see. Colin hooked it up fat with some Jackal Dunkles. What else, man? What else is there that you wanted to go over before we ran out of here?
Just essentially, man, I would really like to get sponsors onto this pod and just try to take this pod to the next level, dude. I mean,
just throw all the, like, if we get whatever, a $500 a month sponsor for having a look. So we're gonna switch up the background as you saw as well. I think Samuel's really gonna try to have this as like a storage. We may do like side quest videos over there, maybe like reels that are promoting the pod in a different way than a reel from the pod, and we should probably stick to this as our main background.
This was originally going to be our background, but then there's so much crap here that we're like, hey, let's get the lures in the background. It'll look good. And then
it was just impromptu on the fly, and it looks good because it looks official. But I know once we have this right and this like setup, like once. Again, I don't even think this is all in focus right now. Yeah. Because it's quick. You showed up here a little bit before me. I came straight from the shop, and you were like,
fixing it up. And then I got Samuel looking through the camera, watching me bend over.
Yeah. So like when we get this angle right, I think this is the money shot because this is where we can have like sponsors there. We can have, we can talk about them. We can have products up here. I think this is just this was supposed to be our main background. This is what we set. Like this has been here.
Yeah, and I just saw this. And I was like, throw this motherfucker up.
Yeah. We just literally on the fly. So my biggest thing is, dude, I appreciate. I know Roland does as well. We appreciate the support. Like even if it's 100%. Just a follow.
Even if you're complaining about Albert cutting people off and fucking over talking.
Teach us.
Yeah, that's fine. Keep sending it in.
We like the constructive criticism.
Like we're literally trying to work on it. We appreciate y'all even taking the time to comment us.
Hey, I just want y'all motherfuckers to know that was our first guest ever. that was our first guest ever. So it was, we vibed. We're gonna have him back on.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have him back on.
Honestly, we'll bring up the cutting off, and I'm sure he knows what we're talking about. But the thing is, we vibed real well, man. I think we knew when you find somebody who cares about fucking catching fish, that much, it's easy to click with. The only thing we differed on is the watercraft, which I still don't know how the fuck these guys do paddleboards,
dude.
Because I was fishing last Thursday.
Did you see his bearded dragon?
That's crazy.
He carries his bearded dragon with him everywhere.
Bearded dragon's gonna get top watered one day. He's gonna watch out, bro.
No, bro, no. Don't say that. That's fucked up. Don't say that.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, bro. He's swim bait guy, right? Yeah. So he's bringing around giant fish. Yeah. They eat giant baits. Yeah. And then he like lets his dragon go, bro. He's gonna top water by 15.
I'm more terrified of like a bird or something like that. Seeing it.
Yeah. He's got. Again, I don't know how much emotional attachment you can have to a lizard, but
I'm pretty
I
sure
get attached
Marshall
to my
would probably
pet.
have a lot of attachment
that's what
to
I'm
it.
saying. I get attached to my pets, and I get nervous when I see him post a video.
I get
of it.
attached to Callie, bro. Fucking, it breaks my heart every time I see her fucking swallow a bandana and then vomit it up after.
Wait till you have a kid. Where I was going with that is the vibeness, like the way we kind of just clicked on.
Just like the way we're riffing.
Yeah, somebody who likes to talk about catching green fish is again, that's going to show on the pod. So again, I was excited. It was cool. He had a following, and I did like that he said that this. I mean,
Bro,
he told us off camera.
not only did he have a following, we hadn't even released an episode.
No, yeah,
He just showed up.
dude, we were just so fly by night, like, and that's what's so cool about seeing the analytics. We've reached 30,000 people on Instagram, and we're just fucking around. Like, we're just doing what we would do this regardless of a pod or not, right? Like, we'd be at the house smoking a bowl, drinking a beer, barbecuing. We'd be talking about this.
Yeah.
Except, we'd have Manny in front of us and we'd be roasting each other. We need to have Manny on. He's supposed to come here this weekend, so maybe we can get him on Sunday.
Hey, and also Hill Country Swim Bays. Y'all get y'all's asses down here.
Yeah, we got to get him in here. It's tough because they work a full-time job. Samuel closes up here at 6, and we like to shoot it here because everything looks so official, like a ref with a whistle.
Yeah.
Here, if
What's up, Shotty?
if we shot a pod at the house, it
wouldn't look as good.
It wouldn't look as good,
and the vibe wouldn't be there.
We already started like the shit here, so it's like people are used to seeing here at the store. So man, I think it's going to be fucking cool. I mean, we've been doing it since March, right?
Yeah.
So March, April, May, June, July. So in 5 months, we've reached 30,000 people. We have 77 followers on Spotify, which is super low, but our plays are higher than that.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
That's good.
That's good. That's a good thing. We could have 70 followers and 20 listens, right? So let's keep trucking, man. I think it's gonna be fucking fun. I think it's gonna be a year from now, 2 years from now, we look back and we're like, dude, what were we doing? But like, we're gonna look at this and be like, dude, that was cringe as hell. But especially because we might have like a studio, we might have a lot more esteemed guests, we might have like,
I just want to get to the point where we can start flying our guests over here and own a boat.
Own a boat. Yeah, you're gonna need it. You're gonna need to do a lot more editing for that. I mean, there's no beating around the bush there. A little bit of luck and a lot of hard work.
Real quick, any future guests you want to have on? So we talked about Hill Country. We want them to come on. We really want them to come on.
I really, really, really want anybody from TPWD, like somebody who focuses more on like it doesn't even matter. I take it back. Anybody from TPWD, any game warden, any.
We did get the. Remember, we came in contact with them to try to talk to somebody from the fisheries, signed a biologist. He's right now down south of Mexico, but.
Okay, yeah. From Shimano, I think, or Oscar.
No. Remember, I called.
That's right. You called them on one weekend. One of the weeks where we were like, we need to find somebody, something like that.
We're having pure panic because we didn't have anybody, and we're in we
had just uploaded all of our like 3 or 4 backlogs, and then we have a podcast that never aired. And
people are asking us,
when is it going to air? I don't think it is. We're just going to use it for marketing.
Reels, yeah.
Man, dude, I think so for sure somebody in TPWD, for sure, Hill Country. I definitely want Thomas on. I definitely want. Who else? I want Jacob. Keith brought up Jacob Mueller on. Fucking that guy works out and catches big fish. What he likes to do.
I want Terrence Goodwin, man. He's Pond Boys.
Oh yeah. He's shown some love both on my personal page and on the podcast page. I want Gatewood Brown. I know that's gonna be hard because he's in Houston. We're here. He doesn't really ever have business here. Just anybody who obviously's time is important that we would have to maybe, fly him in or not bus him in, but like, cover expenses to come just to enjoy, the rapport, enjoy the riffing, enjoy the conversation, and, put out a story that needs to be told. That's really what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Bro.
No, same here, man.
Jay's gone fishing.
Swafford.
I know.
Jay Swafford and then Jay gone fishing, bro.
Yeah,
that's
I know,
boy.
man. He's cool with both of those guys out in Austin.
He got brought up. He got brought up on Monday when I went to kill Tony.
Who did?
Jay did.
Which Jay?
Jay gone fishing.
Oh, gotcha. And what did they say?
Well, as you know, David's a homie. He's a friend of the pod. David's got his fishing channel going on.
Oh, you're talking about David Lucas.
Yeah, David Lucas.
Uh-huh.
Go check him out. Go check his comedy out. He's no longer on Kill Tony, but he was regular Kill Tony. So
he's no longer on Kill Tony for good reasons because he got too big for that.
Yeah, he got too big.
I like, you know what? I just watched the 10-year anniversary one.
Yeah.
Obviously, it just aired.
I was there, man.
I know. I like that. He was like, and he wants Hans to get him replaced as well because he wants new people. He wants the regular on Kill Tony to stay the position it is, to help somebody go from not being known to so well known that, hey man, you graduated from being the regular on Kill Tony. You're doing the thing. You're doing comedy for a living. So I like that. That's super fucking respectful as fuck that they're like, David's like, all right, David, you got to go because the next big guy needs to get his time.
Yeah.
And he's trying to push Hans out because, Hans has made it in the sense of he doesn't need the Kill Tony show anymore. So
it was dope, man. Speaking of Hans, I go to Kill Tony. I spontaneously drive up to Austin to go to Kill Tony with Joey, my cousin. He's also a comedian. And after the show, David pops out. The thing with my friends, I don't like to contact them to get into shows for free. I'd rather just buy it myself, and because I like supporting people. I don't like asking for discounts when it comes to people's products. Mm-hmm. So he pops out. He's like, "Hey, motherfucker!" He goes, "Why don't you tell me you were in town?" I was like, "Dude, I didn't even know you were here. You're always fucking traveling." He's like, "All right, bet. Let's go get a drink." So keep in mind, this is right after the show, outside of the mothership. Joe Rogan's comedy club. So then we go into this bar. I don't know if it's private. I was told it was private.
I've never been.
We were there.
I hadn't got the invite.
There was a door. There's a metal door there, and there's two security guards there. Or I wouldn't say security guards. It's just two workers there that are kind of guarding it.
Yeah.
We go in, and sure enough, it's Mitzi's bar. It's the bar is named after Pauly Shore's mother.
Yeah, the one who opened the original Comedy Store. In LA.
Exactly, and then it's me, David, Adam Ray. All the fucking comedians, all the big comedians were there. Red Band was there. Tony Hinchcliffe was there.
Nice.
Rogan's bodyguards were there.
Dope.
I got introduced to Rogan's bodyguards.
Hell yeah. You should have been like, hey, so anyways, the Unpacking Yakking Pod.
Well, so David was talking to a comedian. I'm not going to throw his name out there just because he's going to have him feature on there. And we go on to the topic of fishing, whatever. And I told him, I run a fishing podcast, so on and so forth, because David, man, being the homie, dude, David's so fucking genuine, bro. He'll introduce you to anybody. He doesn't care how big that individual is.
Dude, we need to get his ass on.
I know, man. He was supposed to be on. All right, I just threw a little surprise on there. He was supposed to be on last time he was here in town. The problem is, man, is just he's in such a fucking time crunch to try to,
we gotta get it. We gotta make it happen.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen though. But yeah, bro. I mean, he told this big comedian. This is my boy Rolando, so on and so forth. And this is the guy I was telling you about that, he told that to his girl, and then the comedian was there listening that hooked me up with my fishing connect, which is Jay Gone Fishing, and David just had moved to Austin. This was the very beginning when Rogan had first moved. He was one of those early comedians that moved to Austin. He was like, yo, I like to go fishing. I reached out to him and I hit up Manny, do you know anybody that's got a boat or whatever, to try to get my friend David fishing.
That's right. Manny said, hey, go hit
Manny
up this
set
guy.
it up, yeah.
Dope. Yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, it's fishing is going to... So, yes, definitely Jay Gone Fishing. I brought him up to bring him on.
Yeah, it
David
was Jay
Lucas
Gone
for
Fishing.
Sure. Fuck, man. We need, again, to talk to people who care about fishing as much as we all do. That's the thing. Again, if you care about it that much, I don't care if you have a giant following or... a no following. Shit, Roland's actually going to run his first pod because he found a guest that he was like, hey, I brought a guy on. So he's going to run his first pod.
Hey,
I want to try. I want to see. I want him to host the show and I just be there on the computer on the ones and twos. I won't know what I'm doing, but I'll pop in, hey, blah, 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 blah. But I want Roland to run it. Let us know what y'all think. I want Roland to run one because I want both of us to be. That's the thing. Like you said, ours is different. I don't want you to be strictly like Jamie or like
I mean, Iron sharpens
Ben.
iron.
Huh?
Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, yeah,
at the end of the day.
I want you to be on the. I want you to run.
wanna
I
be
want you
just
to
as well
host.
rounded.
I want you to be able to like fuck. Hey, if there's a fucking big podcast guest that I just can't come to, like, something's wrong with my dog.
Hey, you know,
I'm out of town.
You know where this is at? I know exactly where this is going to take place.
What?
It's going to happen at the next swim bait gathering. He'll be like, yeah, I can't go.
Oh, dude, it's just so hard. Like, love y'all, you swim bait guys. Love y'all. But, like, at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit around and fucking be like, hey, fucking let me see your biggest swim bait. Like,
I heard Sebastian got butt naked and passed out somewhere.
Probably did. He probably got a 6-inch burrito somewhere. No, but
he got
like,
that throwback fishing, bro.
I just, dude, if I barely got time as it is, if I've got a limited time, I'm not going to go where a bunch of guys are just talking about fishing. I would rather fish. Like,
I know, but you got to look at it like an investment. Like, we're going to interview, come in contact with all these dope people that support us.
Again, when we start making a monetary value from the pod, it's going to be a lot easier to be like, all right, let's go. So when we get there,
what are we going to do when we end up hitting, when we get invited to one of those big platforms?
Oh, I mean, at that point, they're going to make it worth the Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Hey, my time valuable, bucko. But anyways, man, it's going good, dude. I'm fucking glad we got it off the ground. I'm glad that it's March, April, May, June, July, 5 months in. Yeah. There's a fifth month. And I think we're doing good, man. I think you look at some of the other like social media people who are doing, just doesn't have to be podcasting or in fishing, but just people just trying to get like, we like comedy, right?
Yeah.
So every time
I fucking love comedy, especially since I used to hit up open mics.
Every time we go to a comedy show, you like, especially Laugh Out Loud comedy here in town, you find like random openers, right? And you go look at them, and they're like, they've been posting for years. Again, this is not all of them, but this is a majority of them. They've been posting for years. They've been comedians for years, and they have like 72 followers, 180 followers. There's nothing wrong with that. But if we weren't growing with, like, if I'm going to spend my time doing something, man, I want it to be successful. It's a competitive nature in me. So if 5 months we hadn't seen the growth, the shit start popping off, the people asking, oh man, when's the next episode dropping? Oh my God, dude, it's fucking awesome. Like, if we weren't garnishing the views and the accolades that for the small shit that we've done, I would have been maybe like less, man, it didn't work out. You know what I mean? Like, we've got 600 followers almost on social media, on Instagram. So let's say we had like 150. I think it'd be real hard to be convincing you and I to keep going.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
Like again, these are guys that what I just said is, you see these comedians, you go, because I like to like learn and look at that shit. I'll go look at their page and go back. They've been posting comedy videos for 3 years, you know, and they still got 200 followers. And it's like, either they're not doing something right, or they don't know the social media algorithm, or they're not as good as they need to be.
Or maybe the algorithm's racist and just, knows we're...
But no, I know. But what I'm saying is, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
like,
yeah,
I don't think if you hadn't seen the growth that we've done in 5 months, you'd care as much.
And at the end of the day, you get what you put in, dude. You're putting in the fucking hard work. You're putting in, I'm gonna go motivational speech right now. You put in, dude, hard work. You put in the time. You put in the effort. It'll reward you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's, again, I think I said it a little bit under breath earlier, but there's no secret to success, and it's a lot of hard work and a little bit of luck.
Yeah, that's literally what it is, man.
Literally what it is.
And also, it's just
the right guy to share your shit.
The right guy
and
the right chemistry, dude.
6 months of fucking working.
I think chemistry goes a long way. You and I could riff, fuck around, joke around.
We could joke around forever about anything.
I really want to go to one of those overnight trips and get a pod
Dude,
going.
I know. Hey, well, now you can.
Yeah, now let's just make sure we don't all get too high and I end up passing out.
Yeah. No. What you need to like get your circadian rhythm different before you go on an overnight trip, because your circadian rhythm is fucked. You'd be asleep by 9.
Tell him why.
Oh yeah, it's fucked because of his work schedule. He goes. Dude, every time we hang out, last time we all hung out as a group of boys for my birthday in January, he was in bed by like 9:30.
What time did I wake up?
Dude, he woke up at like 3. Hey, y'all boys ready? No, motherfucker, we're getting up at 5.
Hey, sunlight's in 3 hours.
Yeah, dude, like shit. So that's the thing, his circadian rhythm's off because of his job. So he's off and home by 2 when, most people got 4 or 5 hours left in the
Yeah,
day.
that was when I woke up to Manny scratching his ball sack.
He's like, dude,
and walking in to go take a shit.
yeah, you thought he was getting ready.
Yeah, I was like, we getting ready or what? You go, hell no. And I just heard like a little feather come out of him.
Yeah, dude, we're just fucking, dude, adjusting. But
yeah.
So, dude, those are fun. I mean, man, this is just cool. It's cool to do this.
I just want to get another microphone and hopefully we could film one of those overnight trips because of how we fuck around and joke around with each other, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or
the behind the scenes. We could do a behind the scenes viewing, like filming and then cut it.
Well, I want to do like a pod like where it's all of us, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're all there, we're recording, we're just riffing with each other, you know, like making fun of Manny for randomly smelling my fucking candy I had hidden.
Yeah, like, oh, Roland was fucking asleep and we were fucking all blown. And then he's like, hey, bro. he's like, hey, bro, I saw some fucking Skittle, or what is it? It was like, I saw some sour straws in Roland's room when I went to go check on him. Like, so it was such a high thought. But it's just funny, man. I mean, it is what it is. It's just cool. Doing this is cool. People are like, oh, I know that people, like, I've had some of my friends be like, dude, this shit looks official as fuck. And it's like, bro, we're just fucking, we're dumb as fuck. It's just, it looks good because of the editing you're doing. Yeah. You don't want to make you sure you know that
was the foundation I learned with Richard Ryan at Black Rifle Coffee.
That shit
and
looks good.
And nobody knows. Not a lot of people know. Only my friend group know that I worked for Black Rifle Coffee.
Yeah, and like learned and did the, and I know whenever you were working with them, it was like pre-pandemic, right?
Yeah, it was pre-pandemic.
It was like you were like fucking in Utah and you're like, I can't fucking show y'all anything. I can't. But check this shit out.
Dude, that was when I drove the company vehicle to Utah.
God, dude. So that's cool, man. I mean, there's a lot of
nobody knows that. I don't talk about that.
There's a lot of shit that, like, again, a lot of hard work and a little bit of luck, man. Well, dude, I think we're going to be good. I think we're going to keep doing what we do. I think it's a good spot to close it out. And shit, man. Well, we got Mark coming up. We got Mark. Hill Country coming up. I know we got Thomas coming up. So be on the lookout for a bunch of dope pods that are in the works, coming down the pipeline. And shoot, let us know what y'all want to hear. Comment down below. We can cut this into a reel. Let us know what you want to talk. We talked a little bit about scandals. We talked a little bit about would you like to see more like tips? Like, would you like to see more on the water stuff? That's the other thing the podcast.
Yeah, would you like to see me more on?
Yeah, would you like to see Roland more on? That's the thing, dude. That's the thing about the pod page too. We don't have to just post reels in studio. Like, we can post reels about like tips on the water or behind the scenes shit, setting up, or that's the cool thing about the Mark. Everything is content. Everything we do, the BSing before, like when we're fishing on the water and we're rigging up, talking about the pod, like that's what we haven't tapped into with the podcast yet, especially the socials, is we haven't promoted, we haven't done anything outside of posting the reels in studio with the microphones. Like, you go to some other podcast pages, they're not just showing a podcast view. You know what I mean? Like, they're showing something else in between, or when we're doing please guys, call in and do the voice recordings. Fuck, those are funny. Those are cool.
Shout out to the dude, the dude who's always calling and leaving his rants. We haven't dropped those voicemails just because we haven't been pushing it as much, because we've been trying to like get these episodes in, just keep basically organize and restructure everything. But
find that flow.
So. Yeah, find that flow. So the phone number is 210-816-1641. Call in, leave a voicemail. It's all anonymous. I don't know who the fuck you are calling.
Yeah,
so
we don't care. I just
we
want
don't care.
Funny stories.
I just want funny stories, rants. You
doesn't
fucking
matter.
name it.
It's completely anonymous. If you want to change your voice, do it. If you want to use a voice changer, do it. Doesn't matter. Just call in because that shit is funny. So, all right, guys.
And one last thing.
What's up?
There was something that was on my mind I was going to tell you. Oh, be sure to look at local news here in San Antonio. You'll be seeing Sam. He said the robbery thing was going to be out in the store. You'll be seeing him running over that dude's car with his Jeep. Yeah. And the other thing is,
as retaliation, no jail time. He just said, "Bring me that." Bring me that boy's car.
He did it right in front of that dude too. And also, us being the attention whores that we are, we plugged in our podcast on the news station. No, we actually didn't. But Albert has a discount code here at the store that you could
You
use.
can
Go for it.
use it's iSnag 10, or you can use the unpacking yakking. Either one goes towards letting Sam know that people are coming to the store because of
Yeah.
us. That's
and
all
he's
that
looking
matters.
at us right now.
Yeah,
so.
he is. There's a camera up there.
He sent us a
I'm
picture.
I'm being forced to say this. Just kidding, guys.
Yeah.
We'll catch you on the next one.
All right, later.
Peace.